Fame, a lifestyle that at one point most of us dreamed about. Imagine for a minute the glamour, the paparazzi, the red carpets, the screams and excitement of fans as you walk by. But imagine having that fame and deciding to walk away. In this episode of The Five, we're gonna look at 5 celebrities that decided to walk away from the limelight. Hi, my name is Jarrett, and welcome to The Five, where we share 5 interesting things in Black culture and society in every episode. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you can get notified when we release new videos. In no particular order, let's start at number 1 with Karen Parsons. Actress Karen Parsons is best recognized for her role as Hilary Banks on the NBC sitcom The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Aside from her role in The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, she appeared in several films, in comedies such as Late Nights, Major Payne, and The Ladies' Man. For 6 years, Karen played one of the most superficial characters in TV history. She lived a privileged life of shopping and consumerism while stumbling into a career as a national TV talk show host. After the end of Fresh Prince, Karen struggled to land roles. She moved from LA to New York and found herself moving on to other career paths like funding a nonprofit organization. She founded Sweet Blackberry, an organization that aims to educate children about little-known parts of African American history. Karen then moved on to writing children's books. She has 2 books to her name so far, and her nonprofit organization Sweet Blackberry has produced short videos on Black history for kids that are available on DVD and Netflix. Karen was recently part of the much talked about Fresh Prince reunion aired on HBO. Number 2, my favorite comedian, Dave Chappelle. Stand-up comedy king once famously walked away from it all. At the height of his incredibly popular skit show, The Chappelle Show, Dave abruptly left not only the show, but also the country to take a break from fame. In 2005, during the 3rd season of The Chappelle Show, Dave suddenly disappeared. He had moved to South Africa to get away from the spotlight. He also walked away from the $50 million Comedy Central offered him to do a 3rd and 4th season of the show. In 2017, he told CBS News host, although he was in a very successful place, he was also not in a place he imagined he would be with success emotionally. From 2005 until 2013, Chappelle made infrequent comedy appearances and spent a lot of his time away from the limelight and with his family. But in recent years, he has made a full comeback to the comedy world with much talked about comedy specials on Netflix. He makes it a point to live outside of the celebrity epicenters as he still resides in Ohio. He often talks about his decision to live a low-key life, but with a talent like his, it's difficult to keep limelight away from him. Number 3, Mace. Mace was on top of the world in the mid-1990s as a bad boy artist. He became the new face of Bad Boy Records after the death of Biggie. Mace's first studio album, Harlem World, hit the charts at number 1 on the Billboard Pop and R&B charts. He released his 2nd album, Double Up, in 1999. The same year, Mace suddenly announced his retirement from music. He told Funkmaster Flex that he was going to pursue a calling from God and felt that he was leading people down a path to hell. He was unhappy about what he was doing regardless of how much money he was making. Mace enrolled at Clark Atlanta University soon as a freshman and later on got ordained as a minister. But after a 5-year hiatus from music, Mace made a comeback in 2004. His album titled Welcome Back debuted at number 4 in the US. He showed off a cleaner image, and that had a very mixed reaction. After working with G-Unit, Mace again disappeared from the limelight to make another return in the late 2000s. Since then, Mace has released singles, but has not released an album yet. Number 4, Miss Lauryn Hill. This former Fugees member took the world by storm when she released her debut solo album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, in 1998. This album was a huge success and earned her several awards. But in 2000, she suddenly dropped out of the public eye. Lauren was reportedly feeling the pressures of fame and disliked the business side of the music industry. She later told Essence, quote, "People need to understand that the Lauryn Hill they were exposed to in the beginning was all that was allowed in the arena at the time. I had to step away when I realized that for the sake of the machine, I was being way too compromised." She began attending Bible study classes 5 days a week and stopped doing interviews, watching TV, and even listening to music. In 2001, Lauren unveiled her new material to a small crowd, and the concert was later released as an album titled MTV Unplugged No. 2. Since then, Lauryn Hill has released singles, toured occasionally, and recorded extensive material, but no album has been released by her to match the popularity of the miseducation of Lauryn Hill. At number 5, the latest celebrity to decide to walk away from showbiz, Terrence Howard. Actor, rapper, and producer Terrence Howard has been in the show business since the early 1990s. Since then, he has made countless roles in film and television, including his latest and most notorious character, Lucius Lyon on Empire. But after the latest season of Empire in 2019, Terrence announced that he was walking away from acting, claiming that he's tired of pretending. When asked if he would pursue philanthropy in his next chapter in life, he said he would focus on bringing truth to the world. The story doesn't end there. Recently, it was announced that he would be back in the British sci-fi thriller film Beneath. Whether Terrence Howard really will retire and walk away from the limelight is yet to be seen. Alright guys, that's my list of the top 5 celebrities that decided to walk away from showbiz, even though for some of them, it might have been for a shorter period of time. That's it for this episode of The 5. We'll be back with another episode in Black culture and society.